Coach Nate Brignera here, and listen, I'm glad you made it to this page. I'd like to take a second to talk to you about the main reasons why people fail to finish an obstacle course race. Now, the number one question on a lot of my clients' minds is, how do I train for an obstacle course race and actually have fun out there on the course? So on this page right now, I have a special opportunity for you called my 7-day obstacle course racing planner, or my 7-day OCR planner for short. So if you have a minute, I'd like to take a second to share with you this brand new system that I've just created. Now, before I do, you're probably wondering, who is this Nate Brignera guy and why should I even listen to him in the first place? Now, no worries if you're thinking that. I'd be thinking the same thing if I was in your shoes. So I'm Coach Nate. I'm a personal trainer and group instructor for the last 5 years, and I've been doing obstacle course racing for the last 8. I've helped hundreds of clients train for obstacle course races, but when I first got started, I was just like you. I was excited about running my first OCR, but I just didn't have the first clue for how to get started or what it would actually take to survive one of these races. You know, when I first got into OCR, I didn't have a program to follow. I didn't really know the extent of what I had signed up for, and I just really didn't know what I was doing. I just stuck with what I knew, stayed in my lane, and I kind of winged it. I had actually signed up for my first obstacle course race through Groupon with a friend of mine, something called the Spartan Race Beast. Now, little did I know this was one of Spartan Race's longest and toughest courses, with over 12 plus miles of trails and over 30 plus obstacles on this course. I had my work cut out for me. A thunderstorm had actually torn through the course just before my scheduled start time. My racing partner ditched me about halfway through the course for going too slow, and just as I sunk into this marsh, I knew I was in trouble. It was around mile 6 when it happened. I found myself waist deep in this marsh, suffering from hypothermia, hail beating down on my face, and questioning almost every piece of gear I had worn and cursing every item I had forgotten for this race. As I limped across the finish line, I crowded around a barrel fire trying to find warmth among some of the other finishers. Looking around at this war zone of hypothermia treatment tents and spectators trying to find shelter, I knew I had to do better. Grit, determination, and some personal trainers running next to me were really the only reasons that I had finished the race that day. And I realized if I didn't figure this out, I was going to get seriously injured. That was really my wake-up call. Now, this all happened because I wasn't properly prepared for these type of extreme races. Since I don't want that to happen to you, I've created this 3-part system which I call my 7-day OCR Planner. Now, I've streamlined all of this so you can take simple action steps and slowly build a successful foundation into the world of obstacle course racing. No more feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, just a field-tested, proven system that works. Now, unlike some of the other programs out there, this one lets you go through the entire process in bite-sized steps. I want to keep this simple so nothing stands in your way. And that's why, as an obstacle course racer, you only need really 3 tools if you want to get ready for a race fast. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely need someone to show me how to do something new. I need to see how it works. And if you're anything like me, you probably feel the same way. And that's why I've designed the first part of this training to walk you through simple daily action steps. I'll be guiding you through bite-sized lessons which will help you understand what's holding you back in your training. Each action step is accompanied by an over-the-shoulder training video where I walk you step by step through the daily lesson so you know exactly what to do. Here, I'll share my field-tested race preparation tips from over 8 racing seasons and over 220 miles of competitive racing. I know firsthand how frustrating it can be to put in hours and hours of preparation and training only to be completely surprised come race day. So I'm going to walk you through all of this. Now, this exclusive system and these videos alone, I could easily sell for over 65% more than what you'll be able to get them for today. These videos will show you how to properly prepare for obstacle course races and how removing roadblocks in your training can help you conquer the course. Now, people ask me all the time how I was able to conquer so many obstacle course races in a single year, and I simply refer them to this step-by-step blueprint. The second part of this training is the exact series of questions and thought-provoking exercises that helped me get crystal clear on why I was racing and what I wanted out of OCR, and ultimately how to prepare for it. It's a deluxe suite of tools, worksheets, calendars, and checklists. All of these leveraged together so you can get clear on what to expect come race day. And this is all without having to go all rocky and run off to a Siberian cabin and go train for a year. You won't have to do anything crazy like that. But anything you want to know about preparing for obstacle course racing, how to prioritize your schedule and block out time for training, strategies to determine what type of experience you want to have and why you're racing in the first place, how to choose the right race for you and your goals, and ultimately gearing up to avoid injury, it's all there. All you need to do is simply click the button below. You'll get access to these 2 powerful tools, plus one more. And this third part, it's arguably the most important, and that's being held accountable. Since I've been in your shoes, I know firsthand how we can start something with the best of intentions, but then life gets in the way. You know what I'm talking about. That's why this third part is a series of action boosters from me. You'll get access to a private members area where you can lean on your fellow racers for support. Here, each of the 7 days of the training, I'll be sending you a powerful and inspiring daily assignments, which are super quick and easy to accomplish. This will help you stay focused and keep you progressing throughout the program. Now, when it comes to training for obstacle course races, the number one problem is just not having a simple training system to follow. And how you can overcome this is understanding why you're racing in the first place and ultimately what you want out of obstacle course racing. Now, before I created my 7-day OCR planner, I just did it all wrong. I winged it and I spent years piecing together a strategy from process of elimination and just some tough lessons out there on the course. And because of all this, I know exactly what you need to avoid and exactly what you need to focus on if you want to be successful in the world of OCR. And I'm proud to say that this system works every time. If you want the course to be your playground instead of a sufferfest, well, this is the exact system on how to do it faster, easier, and in the least amount of effort possible. And literally, I could share stories with you right now from some of my clients who have used this system and gotten out of their heads and overcome roadblocks that would have taken them months, if not years, to figure out on their own. With this new training system, you're getting a blueprint that ensures you're clear on how to prepare for an OCR. Now, this training is brand new, so you'll be one of the first to experience it. And because I want you to avoid the headaches I faced before discovering this powerful system, right now you can take advantage of this special one-time offer. Now, if you hired me as your coach in person, you could expect to pay about $120 per hour. To spend a full day with me, that would set you back a cool $1,200, which many of my clients are happy to pay me. So how much would you expect to pay for a proven system that would stop you from doubting your abilities and help you get crystal clear on the steps that you need to take in order to build a solid foundation into the world of OCR? Well, it's a lot less than you would think. Now, the total value of this program is closer to $541. When you start breaking down all 3 pieces and adding up that total value, it's closer to $541, and that's still under half of my in-person consulting rate. But don't worry, you won't have to pay anywhere near that. You won't have to pay the $500. You won't even have to pay $300. This program retails at $197. And as a new member of the community, you can get my entire 7-day OCR planner by simply clicking the instant access button below, and you'll be entered into this exclusive training system. That's roughly $28 a day over the next 7 days to make sure that you are clear on what the course has in store for you and how to confidently push through that finish line without that crippling fear holding you back. Now, what could be a better use of just $28 a day than using it to build the skills you'll need for the course and feel confident that you're on the right track? And remember, you'll get instant online access to the entire program right away. And I've also got 2 bonuses that get unlocked when you take action today. One is my more advanced stuff, and that's my OCR run training. I've teamed up with elite run coach Allison Corcoran, who breaks down the most common and frustrating mistakes most runners make. Not only will this training explain why they're happening, it'll also show you how to stop them once and for all. You'll definitely want to unlock these powerful insights, which will up your run game. And the second bonus is my color blocking secrets, how to look good on and off the course. In this training, I've teamed up with professional makeup artist, competitive fighter, and fitness instructor Sabrina Ozuna, who pulls from over a decade of experience on Hollywood sets, on shows like The Walking Dead, and movies like Terminator 3, to show you exactly how professionals quickly piece together outfits based on what's required for the event. You'll definitely love this training, as it'll give you the clarity you need to bring fashion back into your fitness. And this is all without having to try too hard in the process. Now, these bonus trainings are free to you today, but only when you invest in the 7-Day OCR Planner. Now, I want to share with you a quick story from a client who didn't know how to get started in the world of obstacle course racing. She'd actually signed up for a race, but was completely overwhelmed by the entire process of training. By the way, this system works for OCR beginners as well as seasoned OCR veterans. Now, back to the story. This person's biggest problem was she didn't believe that she could overcome some of the obstacles on the course. She would constantly compare herself to other racers, and she'd shift her focus away from the obstacles themselves and just highlight her setbacks, kind of thinking her way out of even attempting some of these obstacles. So instead of thinking, I can't do this, this is impossible, what she should have done is she should have honored where she was in her training and seen each attempt as progress, a step in the right direction for refining her technique. In other words, what she was really struggling with was a roadmap that would lead her to success so she didn't feel frustrated all the time. Now, as of today, she has a clear vision and a plan for how to overcome those obstacles and knows exactly what she needs to do in order to prepare for her next OCRs this year. All of this from using my 7-Day OCR Planner. Now, this system works. It's easy to use and follow, I guarantee it. So click the button below and enroll in this training program. You can access the community and training anytime, anywhere, and you can go at your own pace. I promise you, it's a game changer. You're going to love it. Now, keep in mind that I'm nothing special, yet I was able to go from falling all over the course to confidently conquering obstacles. In fact, I'm not afraid of these races anymore. I know what to expect, I put in the work, I train, and everything else falls into place. Action removed that fear, that overwhelm, that uncertainty that I once had. I simply focused on one obstacle at a time, and I just ran my own race. Yet in the beginning, when I was where you were, I thought, this is impossible. No one can do that. And that's just the wrong way to think about this. Instead, you need to think, this is possible. I can do this. I've got this. Once you make that shift, the road to success will become crystal clear. Now, does that sound hard? Well, the good news is that learning anything new, it is hard, and the reward for taking action are immeasurable. In other words, you'll find that in taking action, it'll pay off in ways that you can't even begin to recognize yet. In fact, I remember how I felt the first time I signed up for an obstacle race. I was terrified. It was just so foreign to me. There was just so much to process, so many things to do. I was just stuck overanalyzing, overthinking. I didn't take any action, and I just simply stuck with what I knew from my training. But then I changed things. I decided to go all in. I committed. I committed to being better than I was yesterday, and that one decision opened so many doors for me. And I want you to experience that journey for yourself, to cast aside your fears, your doubts, and step into that next level version of you, that version of you that you've always wanted and the one that you know is deep down within. Challenge yourself and rise to the occasion. So you see, taking action to accomplish something new, it isn't the easiest thing in the world, but it's well worth it. That's why I'm sure you'll find my 7-Day OCR Planner very helpful. So commit, get enrolled right now, and don't let this opportunity pass you by. This training could be gone before you know it. You've got this. I'll see you inside the training. Click the button below and start your OCR journey today.